Welcome everyone to my channel, and what is a tear-jerking book we have today? I will cry whole book. I promise I usually don't cry so much. How last time for all these books. If you haven't seen my review of Nightingale, welcome to watch it. Very beautiful book, but so emotional. And another what we will discuss with you, another emotional book where I was crying and crying and crying. It's a book called Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I would say a very good start of this book. It's that woman, she only released from the prison where she been 5 years, and during to her new place, she stole the road sign. It's a cross what is her boyfriend's mother put there, and she stole it because she knows that her dead ex-boyfriend doesn't like all these road signs. So already emotional, already intrigue, and on the end of the book you would see here a young mother fights to earn a place in her child's life, but is there room for her? And I already want to cry. But what I want to say, it is emotional. Its whole time would keep you tense, and the whole time you would want to know what it would be next, and all time you very enjoy to read this book. The more you reading this book, the more you want to read this book. It's even sex in this book was very good. Right. Usually I don't like how it is in the books, but in this book it was pretty good. You want to read about this. So we have story about mother who released from the prison, and she looking for a different way to be again with her daughter, and a lot of troubles on her way, and could she manage to find solution to be again with her daughter or no? You can read this book, or you can watch my review and you will find out about this. In general, I want to say that this interesting book is very emotional. You even wouldn't notice during the reading how fly time. It took me to read this book for 5 hours. It's very easy to read. It's very interesting, very tense, and so lovely book. In the acknowledgement part, you could read that author wanted to make this book romantic comedy. Well, I have no idea where it can be romantic comedy. For me, it seems that it's supposed to be a book of deep tragedy. I know that author said that she wanted to try herself in the romantic comedy, and she thought to write this book like romantic comedy. Okay, yes, she did wrote some good jokes, and that's it. From the first page until the last page, I was crying. I was crying a lot. And what I want to say is that reading the books, it's intimate process, because for me it was hard to cry when somebody was walked around. And I wanted so much to cry, but oh well. So what I want to say, Colleen Hoover, keep trying, maybe eventually you would have romantic comedy, but this is its tragedy. I even wouldn't say that it's so romantic, how it's tragedy, how it's drama. I will rate this book 3 stars from the 5, because this book for one time to read. I was reading this book, and to be honest here, I don't remember what is about in this book. I remember that this woman tried to reconnect with her child, and mostly whole book she's crying and you will cry. That's it. So some authors, they're writing book of atmosphere certain. For example, Christmas atmosphere. If you are willing to read some book that just like feel this Christmas atmosphere, you could choose some books and they give you atmosphere. Some books like this one I wrote for emotional. So what you for sure would have during the reading this book, it's emotional. What you would remember for sure when you finish this book, it's emotionals. What you will feel when you will read. So only for this that it's just feelings. It's 3 stars from the 5. So what we have in the book, Kenna Rowan, 26 years old woman who was released from the prison where she spent 5 years for a tragic mistake, what is caused her boyfriend Scotty death. She returned to the town with the hope to reconnect with her daughter, who is named DM, and who she never seen. From the birth, she never called it and she never seen her. Whole small town who knows Kenna, who knows about this tragic what happened, they all hate Kenna. And it's included parents of Scotty. They raised her daughter, they love her daughter, but at the same time they hate Kenna because they blame her that during when they will drive together with Scotty and car was flipped, Kenna was just went to her apartment and sleep there when Scotty will stay in the car during 6 hours and die alone. And Kenna in that time was sleeping in her apartment, and it's where police find her. So everybody has a question, what is a monster is she, that she is just left Scotty and went and sleep in her apartment. Kenna worked to save some money to move to this town, and when she arrived, she will rent small apartment what is 500 feet in the not such a good district, and the woman who is keep this apartment, she give her a kitten. So now Kenna has kitten also, what she is responsible of. She named the kitten Ivy. Ivy was the woman who was support her during her time in the prison. First, before when she was planning to meet with Scotty's parent, she decided to take a small walk around the town. And she was noticed that where it was a bookstore, now it's a bar. So she went to the bar and there were a handsome barman. So she was sit next to him and barman right away noticed her and start something even feel with her. So he didn't want just let her go and he invite her to come after when bar would be closed. He show up and there how she find out that his name is Ledgar Ward, is his bar, and he is best friend of her ex-boyfriend Scotty. She will meet with Scotty's parents, with Scotty's some friend, but she never meet with his best friend. They were kissing, but Kenna understood that probably it's not such a good idea to kiss with best friend of Scotty, and she went to home. And next day she was come to parent Scotty, but before when she had a chance to knock to their door, Ledgar, who actually was living across of the street of his Scottish parents, he was grab her, bring to his house and threatened that he will call police if she will try to connect with Scottish parents. She was pretty upset about this, but she is still try to find a job, and she find a job in the grocery. Later, she is understood that he was pretty rude to her, and he is trying to find out about her more. Eventually, he is find out that she is actually not such a bad person how he was thought before. During these 5 years, he thought that she is a monster, and he is more and more start to trust her and even love her. They both understood that they couldn't have any future together because parents of Scotty very angry with her and even hate her. And when DM, her daughter, with mother of Scotty will show up in the parking lot where she was working. When they find out that actually she is there, they try to fast drive from the parking lot, from this grocery. And Kenna, of course, tried to run because she just wanted to see how it looks like her daughter. The Scotty, she made restriction orders that Kenna can't even close come to her daughter. So Kenna feels extremely bad, and Ledgar tried to support her and showed her some pictures, some videos how her daughter looks now. And Kenna very grateful for this, but Ledgar make a point that DM so far is everything for Scotty's parents, and they living only because of DM, and for what and DM is very happy child. She survived and haven't think about it, like supposed to be mother there, and for what to ruin everything, and what is Kenna want to do there. Kenna understood that probably she need to leave the town, but she doesn't have money, and Ledgar suggests her to work a few nights each week in his bar. But it would be somewhere on the back that nobody sees her and nobody knows that he is communicate with her and he is close to her, because he understood if somebody will find out about this, especially if it's find out parents of the Scotty, probably they wouldn't allow him anymore to see DM. And DM is his most important person in his life. And of course, it doesn't matter what choice he would have, he will always choose DM. And that's what is Kenna loves a lot, that he always choose her daughter. During the work in Ledgar's bar, Ledgar can see how she is hard worker, how she is honest, how she is kind and lovely, and all his employers very love her. Even after first shift, they are very pleasant with her. He slowly starts to understand that he is supposed to help her to connect with her daughter. Also, Ledgar is building another house. It's pretty huge, pretty modern, and he with his co-worker who is named Roman, and Roman is one person from the whole town who was all the time on the side of the Kenna, because he will say that everybody deserves second chance. So Ledgar decided to show the house to Kenna, and we can see that their relationship became more and more tight. They more and more start to fall for each other. And eventually it's happened what is supposed to be. Parents of Scotty, they find out about their communication and they became very angry, and they put Ledgar to the choice that he is supposed to choose, or it would be DM or it would be Kenna. Before this, Ledgar find out that Kenna during the whole 5 years, she all the time was writing letters to the Scotty, and one letter was contained the information what is happened on that horrible night when Scotty was died. And what it was saying in the letter, that they were drunk and high, and Scotty was convinced Kenna that she's supposed to drive, so they will drive, and of course eventually it was car accident. Kenna tried to help Scotty, but probably she was high. She understood that she couldn't live without Scotty. On the walk home, she tried 3 times to do suicide, but drivers of other cars, they were more careful and she couldn't do. When she came to her apartment, she decided to jump from the fourth floor from the balcony with her apartment, but on the way to the balcony she fell down and hurt her head, and when she woke up it was already police and took her to the prison. And when they start to ask her questions, that when she found out that Scotty actually was alive when she left him. Kenna decided that she had to leave the town because she wants that Ledgar would be in the life of her daughter. He is a very good man and he very loves DM. So it's important for her and she decided to sacrifice and leave the town. Ledgar very love her and he doesn't want that it would happen, so he is sneak. And still the letter where she describes this horrible night and showed to parents of the Scotty, and that's how they find out that Kenna is actually not so much Kenna's fault, it's more accident. And they forgive her, and that's how she is reconnect with DM, and not only this, but stay with Ledgar. And we can see from the end that Ledgar is Kenna and they have a newborn son, and they called him Scotty. And daughter is still living with Grace and her husband, but it's only across the road. DM can spend every day with her mother and with her grandfather, and everybody happy. And let's discuss this book, and let's start from this. Happiness isn't some permanent thing we are all trying to achieve in life. It's merely a thing that shows up every now and then, sometimes in tiny doses that are just substantial enough to keep us going. And that's very good saying, because happiness, it can be just like some small stuff, some small joys. And when we have a hard period in our life and we think that everything bad and we're so unhappy, maybe sometimes we need just more pay attention for small stuff and what is keep us going further and further. Seems that after number 6, because they will meet with each other 6 months, and for me it was strange that Kenna was meet with Scotty's parents, with Scotty's friends, and during 6 months she never meet with Ledgar. Ledgar, what is the most important man in the Scotty's life, she never meet. That's so strange, because it seems that for Scotty was most important it's Kenna and Ledgar, but she never meet. But Scotty already even decided to marry her, and how it's happened I have no idea, but they never meet, and that's very, very strange that they even haven't seen picture of each other. Another way 6, it's like 6 hours. 6 hours Scotty was crawling, was alive, and it's strange that he was crawling already, maybe could call somebody, right? 6 hours alive and crawling, it's pretty a lot. I like a lot how author is writing this book, and that moment when she is going to his parents' house first time to try to talk to them and meet with her daughter, and during when she's driving there in taxi, she was saying this, imagine how it would be parents feeling, imagine this, imagine that, and that's what is very full picture how it's his parents felt, and what is after doing. She's very good writing that you can feel full of spectrum of emotion. I also like how it shows her relationship with her mother, because it seems that her mother is totally not such a good person. Yeah, she was raised her, but few times she lost her rights of her daughter, because first time she just went for 1 week with some random guy who was invite her to Hawaii, and she went with him, and Kenna was when she was 7-8 years alone at the home during the 1 week, and afterwards another people took her because her mother supposed to prove her rights of parenting of the Kenna. And I like how it's after was saying here what is Kenna was thinking and what is praying about her mother. Just be adequate, keep me alive, don't leave me alone. It's like shows how it's important for the children to have parents. Like it can be not maybe such a good parents, but still it's their parents, and it is what is very important for children. Afterwards, I like how it's after was shown when it's her mother again did some crazy stuff, and police took Kenna to another people. During the 1 week, she was lived with old woman who was take care of her, and she even didn't want again back to her mother because she was angry with her mother about how she is unresponsible and that she is like totally doesn't care about her daughter, and it's understandable. And Kenna already was 11 years old, so it's like teenager, right? It's like this hard time, and seems like that before Kenna was want to be with a mother, no matter how much mother is don't care about her daughter, but still child want to be with a parent. But when she became a teenager, she is already doesn't want to have any connection with this person. It is we don't choose parents, we don't choose family, we just can choose friends. And that when it's like parents don't give love to their children, but even in this condition children need parents. It was a great example during the World War II in England when it started the bombs come to the London. Some parents in London decided to send their children to the village with safety. These children who were sent to the village with safety, they were safety, they have food, they have roof, they went to the school, everything was alright, but they were more sick than their children who were hiding in the basement somewhere from the bombs, who were hungry, who were naked, who were cold, but they were with parents, and they less were sick than the children who were in the safety spot without parents. So it's just example what it shows how it's important to be with your parents. And that's why I was so disagree when it was the Scottish father say, our suffering is my concern. There is no way Kenna Rowan can fit into our lives or DM's life without it affecting our sanity. It's just shown that parents of Scotty more thinking about how they would be suffering, how they would feel bad, that what it would be benefits for the DM. And that's very sad, because if you already take care of the child, first what you need is put child needs, and if you already take care of the child and say that's the most important in your life and you love a lot this child, you need to put needs of the child up of your needs. And another beautiful phrase what I really like in this book, regret keeps you stuck on pause, so does prison. When you get out of here, make sure you hit play so you don't forget to move forward. It's what is Ivy in prison said to the Kenna, that she needs stop regret about stuff but keep forward. And that's so important, because mostly of us we regret of so many stuff, because life in general is so hard, so difficult, and sometimes we just don't know how to move forward, and we start to feel bad about ourselves, we start to regret of many stuff, but that's what is actually make your life in the pause and instill and just like and what I think about this, just like take a time to feel bad about yourself. Let's say that it would be 1 week, but after 1 week, stop to regret of stuff, stop to feel bad about this, just like move forward and it would be change the situation, I promise. And also for me was strange that she was spent 5 years in the prison, but Kenna naive as a lamb, I would say. She is so seems clean, so kind, so good, so loyal, so everything like angel, and it's a person who spent 5 years in the prison. And of course it could be, and I'm not so professional to say how it's supposed to be, but still American prison is not Norwegian prison, for example. And for me it was strange that 5 years and she is so innocent. Like I think like people who is come from the prison, they're not so much innocent how she was. And again, thankful for the author that she is up this topic about prisoners and how hard to them find a job. And I don't understand how it can be logic, because you can hire some person and you don't know how they would be. Or you can hire a prisoner, and prisoner, he already been in the prison and he knows that it's not so good there. And plus ex-prisoner, he is released and he usually has documents that he is been in the prison. So this person already would think twice, triple time to do some bad stuff, because he knows that if he would do a little bit something bad, he would be back again to the prison. So I would say that people who've been in the prison and release, and it's everything legal and official, so probably these people, they are deserve second chance. They did something bad, but they will answer for this, and they know coincidence what it would be happen again, because if they would did again something bad, it would be already much worse situation for them. And conclusion of this book, how I said before, this book is very emotional, very strong, very interesting. It's a very good fairy tale, I would say. It's what has never happened in the real life. What is author says that she wrote this book because like Kenna, it's like many people around who is lonely. Yes, but it's not like a Kenna. They're lonely because lonely you can be in the totally different ways. You even can have like many friends but still to be lonely. You can have family but still to be lonely. I would say that some people, they just choose to be lonely because we are not in the prison how it was Kenna, and we can go outside and make friends. Thankfully for now it's like Facebook and Instagram and other different apps and social media where you can find people and just like go outside and try to be social. Kenna, she just didn't have support, but it's explained because she was in the prison, which support or which friends she could have, right? So I would say that we are totally different from the Kenna, and to be lonely, it's your choice what you can change. Interesting, good book, but it's about nothing, and probably tomorrow you already forget what it's about this book, but when you would see this book, probably you would something feel, and that's it. So in general it's like weak book, but with emotional, it's strong book, and it was for me a little bit annoying that Kenna so much crying, but oh well, probably it's her personality. So yeah, and just because it's so emotional and so intriguing and fast reading, I read this book 3 from the 5 stars. So thank you that you've been with me. Please support my channel, subscribe, put your comments what you think about this book, and see you on my next video, next book,